Please just focus. It's currently 2 AM and I'm waiting for the game to build.
I probably look like absolute shit. But yeah, I think we started work at 8 this morning. So what's that? 18 hours? 18-hour day. We haven't really stopped waiting for the game to build so I can put out a beta test. And I'll be up at 8 AM again tomorrow to do all this all over again. And this is probably how it'll be for the next, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks throughout launch.
What day is it today? Saturday. Alright. It's Thursday. Wait, what? What is it? Alright, it's Thursday. Apparently. This is the day after last night that I stayed up all night. And yeah, we're just fixing bugs. Things are going actually pretty well. We're just fixing bugs, we're going at it. It's been a big day. It'll probably be another big night. I'm pretty... Alan. You're in the middle of the floor, buddy. So today begins stream watching. The game is out in 8 days and we've just put out the version to sort of like a preview version to a whole bunch of content creators. So, you know, I'm watching. I've literally just been up until 3 AM last night watching streamers and videos and everything. I got a big list of bugs and just like little tweaks. There's actually not many bugs at all. It's really just like little tweaks and balancing things because I find it like the best possible way to test and sort of tweak Lens Island is just to watch other people's, you know, gameplay, because it's totally sort of raw, but then it's like I have no input, you know, like I can only see what they're doing and it's just a one-way street, which is perfect because I can just observe their unfiltered behavior and then sort of see if anything needs changing. So, how are you feeling, Martin?
I am feeling really damn good.
Yeah?
So, yeah, it's not that mad dash where everything's falling apart. It's quite stable. It's quite good.
Yeah.
I'm feeling great.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. We had a lot of bugs and stuff to fix originally, but we've been beta testing non-stop for like 6 months now. The launch should go pretty smooth. It's gone pretty well so far. Look, it's been some late nights, so like I think the past 2 weeks, Martin and I have just been like, you know, getting up at 8, or Martin gets up even earlier, and you know, going to bed at like 3 AM. Like it's been pretty rough. My eyes probably look pretty tired. Well, it's 5 AM, and we just got the update out.
Right on time.
Right on time. It's launch day, Alan! Alan! We did it. Well, like we've pretty much did it. We're 99% did it. Yeah, it was a rough night for us last night and the past like week. We both went to bed at like 6 AM and then woke up at 8 and then have just been working all day. It's, what's the time now? So it's 4 PM currently. It's 4 PM where we have a final build now and everything, and we're just gonna do some last minute just testing. But we spent the whole last week just doing like bug fixes and little tweaks that we didn't think would get to have the time to do anyway. So everything's sort of been a bonus up until this point. So last minute testing, and then we'll do the final build in sort of a couple hours from now. And then yeah, we've got some friends and family coming around to celebrate the launch. We'll have a beer and try and relax for like an hour, and then we'll come back and strap in for the long night ahead of launching this game at 2 AM and then staying up all night and then doing a developer live stream probably at like 4 or 5 AM, something like that. It's gonna be a long night, but yeah, this is crazy. This is all of our hopes and dreams are about to hopefully happen. Yeah, we'll check back in a little bit later tonight, and yeah, wow, we're launching a game. Twitter post, Steam post, Kickstarter post, Discord post. Yeah, Okay, so it is 2 weeks since the game's launch. It's been one crazy ride, and I thought I'd just sit here and sort of explain, how it all went, what's happening, how like the rest of the launch day was, how the past 2 weeks have been, and then also our plans for the future, sort of short term, and then our plans for the more long term future for the whole year ahead. I'll just start by saying this, like I'm planning to really make YouTube like a thing for Flow Studio. I'm going to be recording a whole lot, and it's going to be a really, really big part of the game studio. So get used to more videos like this. But yeah, the game's launched. We launched, and initially it went awesome. Like it was, we sold tons of copies the first night, and we were moods were high, and we were really, really happy. But then after about, I would say like 24 to 36 hours after the launch, we realized that there was like a big mistake had happened, and it basically screwed up the entire launch for Lens Island. So yeah, it's been a bit rocky for us. It started off initially as like my mistake, and then because of what Steam did, it then like snowballed my little mistake into like a massive mistake. So simply put, there was a festival, like a big, was it the Winter Festival? Or no, the Autumn Festival was happening, like the Steam sale was happening the day we launched. And we also launched on Black Friday as well. So basically a couple of months ago, Steam sends out its email saying, hey, well, we're having a sale. And then I never read the email. And then we planned our launch day because we were forced to move our launch day after Call of Duty announced on the same day. And we sort of said, we could probably use the extra week or two. So we ended up moving it to that date. Unbeknown to me at the time, I didn't realize we're moving it to a date on like a Steam festival. And then Steam doesn't like let you know that you're launching on a festival. Like there's not, besides a random email they send you, there's nothing else that tells you or sort of like warns you about this. So then a few weeks out from launch, that was when I sort of actually got reminded, oh right, we're launching on a festival. I didn't even realize. And then one of the things that really, really helped Lens Island and helped build our momentum and everything was the Next Fest and launching our Steam demo through the Next Fest. So I thought what could be fantastic is to launch the game while the festival's on, and then hopefully use the festival as a way to, instead of being on the front page of like the normal regular Steam, will be at the front page of the festival, and it'll be a bit different, and hopefully we'll be able to actually climb up the festival charts, and that will give us a lot of exposure. Long story short, that's the complete opposite of what happened. So Steam actually completely, during the whole festival, Steam essentially takes a snapshot of the top sellers, it takes a snapshot of the new and trending games and all that sort of stuff, and then it keeps it like that for the whole festival. The whole festival page on Steam doesn't update throughout the festival. So we launched our game like a day into the festival or something like that, or a few days into the festival, and we weren't seen anywhere on Steam. I remember looking at the Steam statistics and actually seeing that it was something insane. It was like 90%, because I have all of our Google Analytics hooked up to the Steam page, so I can see exactly where people are coming from. And it basically worked out that 95% of our sales in the first 2 days were from mainly wish lists, and then direct links coming from Twitch TV and YouTube, which means none, like literally no sales came from Steam, which usually essentially like doubles to 10x's your sales. For like most game launches, let's say hypothetically you have 100,000 wish lists, and then maybe like 10% of them convert over to sales in the first week, and then you'll get sort of like a multiplier on that, which will then be all the sales you get through Steam being on the front page and Steam promoting your game, which might turn your 10,000 sales into, let's say, 20 to 50,000 sales, and then it can snowball from there. But we got none of that. We just got the wishlist sales and absolutely nothing else. So yeah, long story short, long story long, I keep saying that, but it is a long story, and I just want to sort of say all the details. Although this might not be very interesting for just random people out there, especially for game developers or indie devs that might not know this is really, really crucial information. Long story short, why do I keep saying that? You cannot launch your game during a festival. Like, you just simply can't. Although you think you might be able to sort of use a festival as like a marketing tool to get even more exposure, you can't. It doesn't work like that. And what made it really, really bad for us is because, like, I totally understand it was my mistake to begin with. But what made it really bad was once I realized what Steam was doing with the festival, I was in contact with Steam they were taking days and days and days to reply, and it's just it honestly, it's mind-boggling to me, Steam's support sometimes. Like, Steam, I love you guys, thank you, you host our game and take tons of our money, yeah, whatever, cool. I don't want to bash the platform we're selling the game on, because, you know, it's Steam, they've done amazing things for the gaming industry. But at the same time, I have no person to email at Steam. I know nobody at Steam. All I have is like the normal support channels everybody else has. And when they're like very, very time crucial things that I need to get across to Steam, they could take 4 days to reply. And then everything's screwed. So that's what they did. They took a long time to reply. And then their reply was basically like, deal with it. That's how it is. You shouldn't have launched during a festival. And I was like, okay, great. You know, it would have been nice to get a bit more of a heads up from Steam. But they don't give you a heads up or anything. And again, it was my mistake. Now I've learned what not to do. But then they essentially ended the support email by basically saying, although if you did a discount on your game, we might be able to put you back up on the sale page. And by this time, there was only a few days left of the sale. And then I replied back saying, we could, like, no, that's not really an option for us because we launched at full price. And also, half the games on the festival do not have any sort of discount. They're full price. You're just promoting the games. So why are you requiring us to you know, have a discount when clearly you don't need one to be on the page? And then on top of that, you know, while we launched the game, we were number 3 top selling games globally across Steam, and we were number 1 popular new releases for like 4 or 5 days. Like, we were like in the height of a Steam festival, Lens Island was selling more copies than like Red Dead Redemption and Cyberpunk, and, you know, like big games, we were selling more copies. And that for me is just like crazy. Like, so yeah, look, when I talk about like a failed launch, because Lens Island, like, we had a lot of momentum behind the game. We've been really sort of like doing everything in our sort of power, or I guess everything in my power, to make this launch big. So we had a lot of wish lists, we had a lot of momentum behind the game. I was expecting a big launch, and yeah, we just didn't get it. And when I talk about like a failed launch, I guess, you know, by any metric, it was a success, and the initial launch of the game was a success. It's given us a good chunk of cash, which now we can do a whole lot of things we need to do. But when I talk about like a failure, like, it's millions of dollars. It's not just, oh, that sucks, Steam screwed us around and I made a mistake. Oh, damn. It's like, oh, okay, you know, we lost millions of dollars, or not, like, you know, didn't make millions of dollars and now have to change the whole plan forward for the studio. So it's like, and that all comes down on me, like, personally. Like, it's like, I'm the CEO, I'm the head of the studio, I managed all the marketing, I managed everything, every single bit about the launch, everything to do with Lens Island comes through me, and I deal with it, and I plan it, and I strategize. So everything's worked perfectly up until that point. But yeah, so where we're at now, we still have enough money to hire a couple people, to get an office and set everything up. We can do everything we need to do to start expanding the team and make a proper game studio. It's going to take a little bit longer. And the part that was hard to swallow for me personally, because I was pretty depressed after launching the game. Like, it sucked. Like, you know, to personally, if you haven't seen the documentary, go watch the documentary on the channel. It'll be the video before this one, I think, or 2 videos before this one. And you sort of get by that how much I personally went through and how much the rest of the team went through to get us to this point. So going through that for so many years, and then all of that just to have sort of like the rug swept underneath your feet, it's a pretty terrible feeling. Like, it's not great. And especially when you're talking about big money on the line and, like, you know, your hopes and dreams. I remember, like, I was editing this video watching right now, and one of the previous shots was like me talking about it and be like, oh, it's launch day tomorrow, like, we'll see if all of our hopes and dreams happen. And yeah, it was just like single tear going down my cheek when I sort of rewatched that now, knowing how the launch went. And I am very, very grateful for everything so far. And like I said just before, by any metric, it definitely was still a success. Like, we made more money than a lot of games sell ever in their entire lifetime in like a day, which is like awesome. But at the same time, like, I'm not just trying to line my pockets and then go buy a house somewhere. I'm trying to set up a big game studio. I'm trying to make more games. I'm trying to make Lens Island multiplayer and expand upon it and develop it for years and hire, you know, a lot of developers and pay expensive rent. And like, these things cost lots and lots of money. So I need lots of money to set that up. I've got nothing to do with it. I made more money from my old job in marketing than I will foreseeably make from Flow Studio for many years to come. Because like it's not about me, it's about building a game studio. So yeah, like I've rambled on for so long about this, so I don't know how many people are still watching, but this is like, I feel like this sort of stuff's really important, and it's really important for people to understand, and hopefully people to learn from our mistakes too. But I guess the silver lining is we probably needed a bit of padding to really make sure the game is sort of silky smooth. We had a really, really sort of good launch. Like the game is a few % away from being overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, which is insane. Like you think about like an early access 1.0 initial version, you know, open world survival game has it overwhelmingly positive. Like I don't know if any other game in that category has launched as overwhelmingly positive. Like that's insane. We're not there yet, but we're literally a couple of % from getting there, and it's slowly creeping up. So we should get there in like a month or something like that. So that is amazing. I've had such good feedback from the community, and everyone playing the game has absolutely loved it. But there's been a couple of bugs, couple of tweaks to sort of get through, as all games, do. And yeah, so we're getting through that, and at least not having such an explosive launch gives us developers a little bit more time to make the game better. So when people first play Lens Island for the first time, it's an even better game. Which is, something cool for us to just focus on. But at the end of the day, because the launch wasn't as big as what we hoped, it really means the only thing that's going to make up for that is our hard work, which means, myself and Martin and the rest of the team have to keep working tirelessly for months and months and months to come in order to sort of make up for that and make the game so good that it's irresistible and everybody wants to play it. It already is an amazing game, but we want to make it way better. So yeah, it's been pretty crazy. It's like, it's been an emotional roller coaster for myself and the rest of the team. But we're going good, and I'm in this boiling hot room, so I cannot wait to get out. There's actually behind me, right there, that's like a big LED Flow Studio sign. And that was a gift from my girlfriend Steph, and it was the best gift I've ever received. So I can't wait to put that up and have an office to do these things, because if I have the aircon on in this room, it's too loud. So I have to like close up this whole room, and it's Australia in the summer. Anyway, I'm just complaining. But yeah, now I've sort of talked about like, that's what happened. That's what happened with Steam. Where like, I'm not complaining because it ultimately was my fault, and then it was a problem that I caused that then got just like massively blown out from like Steam not telling, like not sort of like communicating to developers how these things work. And then when we try to reach out to fix it, they were no help and basically told us incorrect information. And then by the time they actually offered up some sort of, well, they didn't offer up any solution. At the end of the day, we never got put onto the festival. And by the time they replied to me, the whole festival was over and our game's launch was over. Like that initial spike was done. So yeah, like not many games get to the top sellers, to the right at the top of the top sellers list. And we did. And that would have been monumental, but we missed it. We missed the boat. That's just how it is. But I'm still very, very thankful for all the people playing the game and how it all worked out. It's enabled us to still build the studio the way that we need to. It's just going to take a bit more time to sort of slowly get there. But let's talk about the future, like the next couple of weeks over Christmas and then next year. So the next few weeks, we are just updating the game, going to make it silky smooth, optimizations, everything, including key mapping, hopefully including controller support, UI scaling, accessibility options, all that sort of stuff. And then we will have a few days off over Christmas, just try and unwind and process everything that's happened. And then we're just going to hit the ground running in the new year and come up with a big update for end of January. And then we've got a lot of big plans for next year. That's when we're going to start ramping up the office. So you'll see vlogs from me touring our new office as we start to set that up. I've been going on inspections last week. I've got inspections tomorrow and the day after, touring all sorts of new offices and trying to figure out where we're going to settle in. I've been talking to people and looking at new hires. And yeah, like currently I'm like right smack bam in the middle of the phase of like building a company and getting it all set up. So I've got to sort of do that alongside still developing Lens Island and making sure that's happening really, really quickly to like fix any updates as quick as possible and then keep new content coming out. And yeah, we've got a lot of big plans too over the next like few months. Lens Island in 6 months will be unbelievable. Like compared to what it is now, like it's going to be nuts. So it's going to be a really big year for us ahead. But yeah, like that's basically everything. I thought I'd just sort of pour my heart out and tell you guys everything that happened. I don't know how many people are still watching, but you know, whatever. But yeah, like it's been a wild ride. We still are not getting much sleep, and we still are working very, very hard all day, every day to just like fix the game and make it run well and all that sort of stuff. And we will continue to do that for a long time. It's going to be a very long time until like myself and Martin are working 9 to 5 like normal people. Like that's a long time from now because we need to keep this game. Like essentially, I just want to prove everybody wrong. Like all the people that have doubts that are sort of saying like, oh, it's only developed by 2 people. Like, oh, like you know, yeah. All the people saying that it's only developed by 2 people, they're going to take ages to release updates. It's going to be really slow. I want to really prove those people wrong and impress them. And we will do that, absolutely. But the only way that will happen is through our own hard work. So that's what we'll do. And yeah, I guess I'll end it on that note. I'm really excited for the future of Lens Island, and I'm really excited to impress all of you with all the stuff we're going to add to the game. And there's going to be tons more stuff coming to this YouTube channel. I'm talking about like regular vlogs and showing the whole office, and like you will all be here seeing us build up a game studio. It's not something that happens every day that you really get to see from a first person perspective. So I want to take everyone along with me and like show you the process and what it's like to literally set up and build a company while we, you know, develop and, you know, have released our first game. And we'll be doing podcasts and all sorts of Lens Island videos and just tons of stuff. I'm really, really looking forward to see like how you all like the YouTube content and all that. So yeah, that's all. I hope you have an amazing day. I think I said everything. I'll see you in the next video, guys and girls. Bye.